Like we know at the very least, again, pretty much 20th century. We don't know how recent it is though. Did they just use these particular books because public domain and they could get away with it, or did they use those books because that tells us something about who used to live here? What's this? The narrative of Arthur Golden Pym of Nantucket by Edgar Allan Poe. Just check out the level of detail in this world that you can see and read these book covers. Okay, I'll head back downstairs. It looks like we can change up some of these. A hallway with some stairs leading ahead of us. That's pretty much exactly the same hallway I just came up. Could these be? I'll be honest, I don't fully comprehend what the swapping mechanic means for us. But it's really cool. Now, some of these that we swap through are red, some are not. Man, I don't know what just happened, but it was wild and awesome. Now, if that was a puzzle, which I imagine it was, I wasn't totally clear on the objective. Partially because this game's not going to hold your hand. Yeah, I get it. But it was still enjoyable, whatever it was. So, I don't get the sense that I failed the game because I didn't beat the puzzle. Or if indeed it was a puzzle to begin with. It might not have been. It might have just been like, hey, check out this cool thing that's going on. Showing me that the reality has gotten all wonky because they've been invoking the old gods here. I want to see what's out here on this pier. Spaces between my commentary are always a lot more noticeable when the game's silent. Oh, man. Look at this. Whoa. Wow. All right. So we have an elevator here, but no power. Got it. Head on back up here. Fortunately, we have a handy-dandy sprint button in the form of our shift key. And interestingly, it doesn't appear that they've added any kind of stamina gauge to limit our sprint function. They're pretty much like, yeah, if you want to run 2 miles, go for it. I could go up there and check out that inn up there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go down here instead and look at the coast. It's quite freeing just having this great big wide open space to explore. But I also feel like there's a direction to it. It's not just open world in the sense of a sandbox where it's just like one big environment that you can run around. Each area that you go into seems to kind of tell its own little story. Up here we're coming to a tunnel. Is the sun going down? Can't tell if it is or not. It seems a little bit more golden, the lighting over here.
I've stepped through too many portals, been present in too many worlds simultaneously. Bits and pieces of me stay on the other side, waiting. Whenever I return, I bring parts of those worlds back. Do you know what ghosts are? They're sad, evicted things. Memories without homes.
let's talk a little bit about the narrative structure here. It's very interesting. It's very understated. We started off this game in the middle of the woods with a railroad track in front of us, and no other context besides that. We didn't really know who the protagonist was. This is all assuming you haven't been following any of the game's journalism leading up to this. Let's just say a friend gave you this game and said, "Hey, play it." Yeah, there's no indication of who the protagonist is, of really what's going on, and we're piecing together these things bit by bit. Now, this is very, very counter to what modern video game design sensibilities tend to go with. Usually, you start off the game, and in the first 5 minutes, you have... I'm going to take the right path here. In the first 5 minutes, you have a major set piece. An airplane crashes, a building blows up, something crazy. You have it's basically the Metroid level. You know how every Metroid game you start out with all of your superpowers, and then you lose them. But it's giving you a taste of like, hey, this is how cool and awesome the game will get to be in the future.